All right, let's make sure that this works because I do this a lot and it doesn't, and I make mistakes. Okay, don't say. Let me see if it's coming up. I am the one watching right now. I just need to see if it's happening. Ah, it is. Hi, Janet. All right. I just wanted to make sure everything was up, running. Um, because I'm still listen. This is what happens. Like I've got really cute curls in there, but I just couldn't be asked to do much to it other than this because I'm just gonna have to ruin it tomorrow. Because every day, every single day, I have to like kind of basically um let my hair I wet my hair and I put it underneath a hat to keep cool because it's 100 degrees outside every day. At least the humidity has died down. I'm gonna start this by saying this, y'all. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. Let me scooch in because I always get too far from things. I'm gonna start this by saying, if you enjoy the weekend's music, please don't watch The Idol. Don't watch it. It's ruined I can't listen to The Weekend now at all because I watched the show. I decided to ruin 3 hours of my life by watching the first 3 episodes of the show. And I really thought that like it was hyperbole. Once again, I thought it was hyperbole. I thought like, kind of out of context shows, how people will show you like a section and you're like, yeah, that looks ridiculous. It it's not hyperbole. The show is 1000 times worse than anybody can even really explain. I don't again, if you enjoy the weekend's music, please don't watch this. You will be sad. It will break your heart because I have no words for how terrible. Like I am a person who enjoys trash shows. And by that, like especially trash shows about celebrity. That is a specific little niche that I fully enjoy. Okay. I loved Dirt with Courtney Cox, then Arquette, now Courtney Cox. I absolutely love that show. Okay. I was sad when it got canceled. I also enjoyed The Beautiful Life with Misha Barton. So this is giving you an idea of my cred of like how much I enjoy these kind of trashy shows. I was one of 12 people who was sad that Dirt and The Beautiful Life got canceled. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I love this show. Like I loved The Beautiful Life. I thought it was great. Was it terrible? Yes, but was it like fun terrible? Yes. See, you've only heard about them from 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I love this kind of stuff. Like, this is my wheelhouse of trash. Like, I love celebrity trash because it's meta, right? It's like it's watching celebrities play celebrities being misunderstood. So like there's this weird little meta thing that's happening in it that I just find it delightful, just tasty. I'm like, let me lick it up. So good. But this is so its first crime is that it's unbelievably boring. Through 3 episodes, even with all of the stuff that like some of the stuff that happened, I'm still bored. And boredom is unforgivable to me in a show. It's absolutely unforgivable. I'm like, "Bro, I'm sitting here, I'm so bored. Can you make something worthwhile take place? Please. Please make something worthwhile take place." They don't. They don't. They refuse, okay? They absolutely refuse. From episode 1 to episode 3, I was bored all the way. I could literally walk out and uh, go to the patio, indulge in a cigarette. I could go make coffee. I could come back. Nothing had happened that made me be like, oh no, let me rewind. I didn't need to rewind anything. I was so like out of my mind with boredom. So number one, it's unforgivably boring. Number two, I am not sure why I had to see Lily Rose Depp naked so much. Um, I'm not a prude. This is the thing. I don't mind nudity, but this seems like that she's just naked for the sake of naked. Like she's not. It is on what used to be HBO Max and now it's just Max. It's been rebranded as Max. I think because Cinemax and HBO are together on this. I could be wrong. I need to look that up at some point. Um, but I I don't understand why I'm having to see her titties like at every turn. At every turn. Her ass cheeks, her titties, like I'm just constantly being exposed to her and like it doesn't there's no reason for me to see her naked all the time. And this is the thing that's getting to like it starts getting to you at some point. Like you're watching this and you're just like what is the reason for her being naked? What is the reason? If you have Prime, it'll show up as a show there, but I think if you click on it, and of course I don't know, but I have like one of them Prime TVs or whatever, and if you have Prime, it's gonna show up as a show, and then like you click on stuff, and then they're like, oh, you have to get a subscription, which I have because it's the one thing AT&T has done right with their internet because they're usually failing me in that department. But they did do this. They were like, yeah, you can have free Max. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Um, I like, and it's gratuitous. It's to an uncomfortable level that you're having to see her naked. Like I felt like it for me it was uncomfortable because I was just like I again I'm not a prude. I just genuinely don't know why I have to keep seeing her naked at literally every turn, getting out of bed, going everywhere. She's just naked. I'm nude all the time, right? But I guess I don't see it because like I don't know how to explain it. I do. It's unnecessary. Like I feel like they're trying to like make you see her as vulnerable by making her nude, which I guess you do, but also no. The other problem I have with it, aside from that, and everybody's already talked about it, everybody who's talked about the show has talked about it. Abel is one, a terrible actor, just god awful. And I don't really like to like talk smack about people's acting sometimes, but his acting is so bad. He is not the, however, threat. Does he dance? He's not a double threat then. You know what I mean? Like he cannot both act and sing. These things are not the same. His acting is terrible. You do not he's not believable as like this creep. Like he just seems creepy just generally, but his acting is bad. The rat tail, poisonous. Throw it in the garbage. I don't know why that was an acting choice. Like we're going to have him have a rat tail. Like his whole personality is like I'm creepy and I've got a rat tail. We're good on that, bro. Like I don't need it. And the acting is so bad. It takes you out every time. Like every time you're just like what is going like every time he does something, you're just like, what? Like there is a scene where he's like threatening a guy when they go into um oh, I can't remember the name of the designer now. It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but now it's leaving. But they go into a designer, on Hollywood designer clothing store, and he is threatening the guy who works there who's like just getting dresses for Jocelyn, who's played by Lily Rose Depp. And it doesn't even like I can't the way I was just like, what? Also in that episode, Jocelyn is wearing this kind of like one piecey outfit, I guess, but they keep showing him eating down at her town in the car. And I just don't see how that's really all that possible considering the outfit. It doesn't make good logistical sense. Like, and that could just be me. But I'll show you. Listen, this live is going to be taken down, and then I'll, what I'm going to do. This is what is probably going to happen a lot on this channel, is we're going to talk live, and then I'll take it down and edit it and put all the stuff in. But he's going down to her town. She's wearing like a one piece. What? Why would that even be a thing? You know what I mean? Um, I also feel like when you're watching this, one of the reasons it's so bad is because I don't identify with literally any of these characters. I can't get in the shoes of any of the characters. You're supposed to want to root for Jocelyn because she lost her mother, and in episode 3, this is filled with spoilers. She lost her mother a year ago. She's had like a mental breakdown, and she's trying to get her career back on track with this terrible song. The song is bad, actually. It's the lyrics of the song. The music, great. Beat, fine. The lyrics are terrible. So you're like, all right. So you're watching her try to get her life together, and then she meets Tedros. This is like a quick rundown. Tedros owns a club. He's shady. Again, he has a rat tail. The rat tail is important to be mentioned because they mention it in the show multiple times that he has a rat tail. I wish I was kidding, but like they really do. They mention it. They're like, rat tail, rat tail. Like a few people say it, right? And he just starts weaseling his way into Jocelyn's life. And the thing is, they keep playing this ominous music at times, but nothing ominous is happening. And I understand foreshadowing. So please don't be like, oh, you don't get foreshadowing. I understand foreshadowing. Even with the music, I understand you foreshadowing it. But then like nothing happens to warrant that music until literally like really episode 3 is where we really kind of start to see that he's a demon. I guess he's really not a good guy. um you also see that her people realize like that she is in trouble. The actress who plays her PA, her personal assistant, Leah, I love her. She's so fun and interesting. They're not giving her enough to do, my opinion, and I don't think that they're writing her in a lot of ways well enough. Nobody's really written well enough for you to really feel like. I feel more for Leah than I do for Jocelyn, and Jocelyn's the main character. I feel bad that Leah is watching this go down, and she's getting nervous and scared that Tedros is taking over Jocelyn's life. And she calls people over to help fix it. And they also realize, which Hank Azaria, is it Azaria or Azaria? But he's in it. He's I don't he plays a Jewish man. Um and I feel like there's no urgency. Nobody's really seeing the urgency except for Leah, and no, but they're not really showing you what's happening, like how people are dealing with it. I feel like if they're gonna do this, they need to have more perspectives. Maybe it's me. I feel like if I'm supposed to feel urgently that Jocelyn is in trouble because she's not really showing it to me. Lily Rose is a good actress, but I just feel like she's not really giving me like that she is in danger. I don't feel like she's in like I know that she's in danger. I know that they're showing me that she's in danger, but she's not giving me that she's in danger. The people around her are really it's really weird. Like you can tell that you're supposed to be like, "Oh no, it's going bad," but you're bored like and you can it's being telegraphed as well. Yes. Exactly. Like they everybody you can tell that they know that this isn't good, but nobody it feels like nobody's doing anything. So here you are when you get to episode 3 where things are really supposed to start going down. This is when you find out that and this is a trigger warning for childhood abuse, which I don't talk about it with real people, but I guess I will with this regards to the show. It's like it's gross, first of all, because basically you find out that Jocelyn was abused by her mother in full view of everyone around her. And her mother has passed away of cancer at this point, has died of cancer at this point. And Tedros basically pulls out of her that maybe the reason that she is stuck in her career and can't write a song is because she misses the motivation that her mother gave her by beating her with this brush hard as shit. And in order to enact the next level of the plan, he gets Leah out of the room, which the fact that Leah is like this. I'm not even really going to get into the fact that the guy she's hooking up with is like dark, dark black. And why I hate that. I don't feel like I can really get into it. Maybe I can. I hate that. I really hate when they do that, because Leah's like this little white woman, and he is a very like a large black man, and I find disgust. I hate they do this so much, and I hate it. Hate it. Please stop doing that. Um, but then the fix for this is that Tedros asks Jocelyn to go get the brush that her mother used to motivate her with and he exactly what you think it's gonna happen. Everything that happens, you know it's gonna happen, but you're kind of hoping that they don't do that because it's gross. And she thanks him for it. I like, "Thank you for taking care of me," and, like, that's the end of the episode. I can see why everyone who saw the pre-screening of it was just like, "The show is garbage." Because the opportunity, I think, to go a direction that made sense, that was good, that talked about the kind of trauma that you go through without it being so visually gross. Like, everything about this feels gross. Exactly. Like, I don't know why they thought that they needed to go there. I I hate it. It is exactly that. I feel and the thing is, there's no there's no amount of anything that's happening, not even like her nudity, not even their sex scenes, which are all embarrassing for everyone. Um to me, like him talking her through OGs, like I none of it is even appealing to you, the viewer. Like I have no problem saying like there's just nothing appealing about it. There's nothing appealing about anything that's happening in this show. Sam thinks that he is like made the show of the summer, and maybe he has, but for the wrong reasons. It's just yeah, they should have kept it because it's very clearly set up for men to gaze upon and enjoy the brutalization of women. That's what I'm gonna say. And they do like there is a website for that for women who enjoy this actually and get paid to do it. And you know that I just you can tell that it wasn't led by a woman. Dark Angel, it's called The Idol, and it stars Abel, The Weekend, and Lily Rose Depp. Hank Azaria's in it, and I guess the girl from Blackpink, whom I don't know. There's like this subplot about her basically being able to slide in and take over Jocelyn's career. I don't really know what's happening with that, and honestly, I don't care. I don't care what's happening with any of these characters, and I think that that's what makes this worse. These things that are happening and happening to her, if I had any sympathy or empathy for the character, if I had been given any leads into feeling something for her, then what's happening to her and the danger that she's in would be objective. Like I would not want to see her be hurt but you're so bored through everything that's happening to her. She seems very bored by most of what's happening to her. She just seems emotionally uninvested. Abel's character seems emotionally uninvested. Nobody really seems like they're in this show, if that makes sense. And you can clearly tell, especially with the sexual scenes, that it was led by a man for men to watch. You and the thing is, there are men who have been able to direct a sex scene with women in it. Not a lot, that wasn't so obvious that it was just like about the man thing because you have to find these scenes somewhat sexy as the viewer to be interested in them having sex scenes, and you're not. If it happens, you're like, well, I'm gonna go get something to eat because this is gross. Like, like it doesn't give you any tinglies. It's just the whole thing. And it's just like her making these like noises. And I know that like you said, they're trying to criticize exploitation, but it is exploitative. Like the women are often naked in this, while the men are clothed. Again, like men will walk into the room with their clothes on. There's a scene where there's a girl just playing piano naked for reasons. Everyone else is wearing clothes. It doesn't even make sense that she's doing this. Like cuz she doesn't seem to be drunk or high. She just seems to be at the party having fun. Why is she naked? What why is she nude? When Leah calls the people who her handlers, when Leah calls for Jocelyn's handlers, and it's like, this guy is really scary, like da 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 da. I'm so weirded out that like nobody else shows up at this house. Like after they're like, I think our girl is in trouble, and they just leave. Like nobody does anything. Nobody like sends somebody over. We know from just like seeing what's happened with multiple pop stars, multiple young female celebrities, IRL, we know the things, the steps that were taken, albeit not great steps for a lot of reasons, but we're very much aware that there are like steps taken to try to like wedge these people out of their lives, right? So there's only 3 episodes left of this show. Not much has happened other than us seeing Tedros go from like just some random dude with a rat tail with a shitty club, now basically making music with Jocelyn. And it just, yeah, the whole thing with the intimacy coordinator and the reason that that's such a big deal. Like, I did a short video, like a little video talking about Notting Hill, and that's even in there, right? Again, I love my celebrity within a celebrity movies because I think that they're fantastic. I just end up enjoying myself, very meta for me. But there is a part where Julia Roberts' character in that movie is talking about the clauses that every actor, celebrity, like that they have with regards to their nudity. It is so upsetting that they're acting like that job is useless and that people should overstep that. And it's like, absolutely the fuck not. No, you shouldn't, because the reason that this stuff is written in that way is one, it protects the artist, right? It protects the artist from being exploited in ways that they did not agree to. And these become even more important in an age of leaked nudes and all of that stuff. Because when those like nudes are leaked, you can clearly see that like this was a personal photo. These were personal pictures that people were taking with somebody and they were just enjoying themselves, and then this person sold those photos, because you would know that because of how they present themselves in music videos and movies, whatever it is. Like, you can show this part but like not this part. You can show like my left areola but not my right, like all of these things. The fact that they tried to make it seem like this person was just like some lame ruining the fun, I can't. Like, I just feel like who the like I I'm disgusted by this. Listen, I don't know if I can watch the other 3. I guess if when I take this down and edit it and pop it back up, if when I do that and there's like, I don't know, 120 people who watch it and enjoy it, um yeah, I'll try to watch the other 3, but it's honestly like it's unforgivably boring. Even even in the scene where he's using the brush, you you're supposed to feel upset. And I get that. And again, it could be I'm autistic, so that might be part of the problem. But I can clearly tell that they want me to be upset that this is happening. I can clearly tell that they want me to be disgusted that he is abusing her this way. I can clearly tell that you want me to feel like, oh no, she's in a lot of danger and these people are going to harm her in like ways that she may not come back from. I can feel that that's what they want me to feel. But I don't feel it because you did not set this up at all. You didn't set me up in any way, shape, or form to have any kind of feeling for Jocelyn and to be on Jocelyn's side. That is what, when you make a show like this, any show, we're supposed to have characters that we identify with. So if you're going to do all of this stuff, I have to be able to identify with them. I don't identify with anybody because one, they're not given enough screen time, they're not given enough lines, I'm not given enough info on their relationship to Jocelyn or Jocelyn's relationship really to them. By the time you really start showing me any of that, it's we're halfway into the show. and you have 3 more. The fourth one is tonight, coming out tonight. So maybe if I can edit this and pop it up, and then we can like after this fourth episode, if I'm still awake, we shall see. We can chat about it then. But like I can't it ends with this note where I'm supposed to be like the danger she's in. And I don't feel that, because when you open the first episode with her just like emoting kind of for a photo shoot, I don't get to know Jocelyn. Like, she has a cream pie shot on her face, right? Like, there's a photo of this that somebody leaked to the tabloids. And when she sees it, she's like, oh, it could be a lot worse. That was a perfect opportunity. Instead of her being upset, crying, being like, how could this happen? I can't believe somebody took advantage of me. And like giving us an in into like her being a human being. What we're getting is her just going, it could be a lot worse. And then she just walks off. That's the end of that situation. Like, a photo has been leaked of her with prime man juice on her face. And she's just like, it could be worse, and leaves. So I don't get some of the worst acting. Dark Angel is literally coming from Abel. I'm not sure if he just didn't take it's unbelievable. Mm. And here's the thing, if that is the it kind of feels like Abel being himself. That's what I'm gonna say. It kind of feels like just Abel being himself. I can't take him seriously. Every opportunity that they have for you to try to relate to Jocelyn, they don't take it. So you don't relate to her. You don't get to, you're just a onlooker watching her fall apart. And I think is that if they're going to, because they do make a reference to Britney Spears, if they're going to do that, if they're going to try to be like, oh, well, it's like Britney and like da 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 da. A huge reason that we were onlookers from the outside is because we didn't know at that time what was going on inside, right? We didn't know what was going on in her camp in any way, shape, or form. We ended up finding out all this stuff out later, decades later, finding out all of this stuff that was happening to her that was incorrect, that was terrible, that she should never have endured. But and the whole thing is, we still shouldn't have had like the public still should not have treated her the way that they did, and people should not have treated her the way that they did. We still didn't find out all the stuff until the end. If you're trying to put me into that kind of mindset, I needed to feel any kind of sensation that Jocelyn is a human being, and I don't feel it through most of the show. And that's not on Lily Rose Depp. She's a good actress. It is on the direction that she's been given. She's been given this direction to basically just kind of be this fuck doll. Like, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. And I don't have to like. That's why I'm doing these on my channel, because this channel here, because I'm not monetized over here. So if I say that, like, it doesn't ruin my life. But yeah, it's just very much like gratuitous nudity, abuse, and sadistic control plus bad acting. If it were a movie, I would get up and leave. Exactly. And that's how the critics felt. They just didn't like it. It's not good. It's not some I think that they believe that they're being incredibly clever, and they're not being clever at all. It is not giving me like damsel in distress. It is quite literally giving me like they're just seeing how far that they can take a show. And this is I'm going to end with this. Like, I don't watch Euphoria, and I've never seen it before. And the reason I haven't is because the weird epidemic of having shows about teenagers that's supposedly not for teenagers, played by adults, right, who are having sexual relations as teenagers. This is a weird sentence. What is the point of that? Like, why would you not just age them up? Do you see? And so, like, it doesn't matter that Zendaya is 20 something. It doesn't matter that these people are in their 20s. The point is that you're having them play 16 and 17-year-olds who are engaging in sexual acts. I don't need to watch that, because who is that really for? So, who are these shows for? Who is this show for? And that's what I want to know. Like, who is the audience for this show? Because The audience for this show is a very specific niche target. I feel like the audience for the show might be people who enjoy CNC, which is fine. But I don't think it's them either, because people who enjoy CNC would not enjoy this either. The people that I know who enjoy CNC would not. This feels very much created for a very specific demographic, and it feels like they enjoy grapes. So that is what I'm going to say. If just a rough time. It's a rough watch. It's not good. It's boring. It's poorly directed, and like it looks great. That's the thing. The cinematography, like the locations, looks fantastic. It looks like it should be good. It's terrible. I I feel like the last time that I wanted my time back after I'd seen something was when I watched Top Gun 2 Maverick's Revenge. And I'm always going to call it that. That's going to be its name. Top Gun 2 Maverick's Revenge. I was like, oh, I need my time back. There's no focus really on consent. There's no focus on who Jocelyn is as a character. They did not flesh her out. And I feel like if the female director was likely doing that, and then Abel wanted this to be the Abel show, and it is, and it's fucking terrible for that. All right, so thank y'all for coming out for this. I will see you in the next one. I think we're going to do more live stream show things. I'm just going to do more live streams in general, honestly, because time and heat. I am already starting to fall asleep again because it's already getting too hot. It's 12:03. It's already getting too hot, and please free me from Texas. And you're going to be seeing this for a long time. Channel members, patrons, I might be popping up later because turns out I'm not moving for at least 14 months. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.